All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Friday, May 10th. Only two games. We're going to get in and get out. We're going to start up top with Brunson, 9.8K. Brunson, um, you know, I always glaze this guy every New York slate, and for good reason. I literally cash every time the Knicks play. I literally play Brunson, Hart, OG, DiVincenzo, 3 out to 4, something like that, depending on whatever it is. And it's very straightforward. They play a lot of minutes. When you're playing DFS, you want people that's going to have the opportunity to create fantasy points. I think playing all game long is going to give you an advantage. Um, some people are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sneaky, fading Brunson for Halliburton, and it absolutely worked out in their favor. I mean, Brunson still came back from his injury and produced fantasy points, so you were still good either way. I don't think fading Brunson for Halliburton is going to work 2 games in a row. I mean, if you want to play one lineup with him, he's a lot cheaper. It does make sense. But if you're playing one lineup, I don't know if you're going to want to play fade Brunson. Brunson has established himself as a superstar. And listen, if you're watching these shows and they don't acknowledge, there's still people that don't want to acknowledge him as a superstar. It's just hate. It's all hate and jealousy now. That's all it's come to. Shaq and all these other guys, they're upset. They're upset that these guys are better than them. They're mad at Jokic. You know, they don't want to give Brunson the respect he deserves. You already know how they treat LeBron. You see how they talk about Durant. You see how they treat Curry when he doesn't win. So it's not. You gotta be able to formulate your own opinion when it comes to these guys. Brunson to me, he's a superstar. You can look at him how you want to look at him. He's too cheap. He's a superstar, and you can rely on him every single night. Halliburton, let me not open up this can of worms about Halliburton. Halliburton's in play, 8.3K. I think they're down 2-0. He's gonna need to be aggressive. He's a good play, and he should be aggressive, and he should pay off his 8.3K. But we also know Halliburton could disappear when you need him. So Halliburton could put up 17 shots. Halliburton could put up 6 shots. I'm gonna leave that right there. Jamal Murray has been humbled by the force of the Timberwolves defense, and something like that doesn't just go away. He's gonna have to play perfectly for Denver. Play perfectly. Perfectly is a word. He's gonna have to play perfect for the Nuggets to have a chance. Minnesota's defense is for real. And Murray's kind of like Donovan Mitchell, kind of like Jimmy Butler. There's a different mode. There's a different level in the playoffs. If we don't get it for Game 3, it's over. So Jamal Murray should be a good play. Expecting him to, you know, bring out that other level. Conley's an okay play, 5.6. He's an okay play, but I'm not gonna be um doing backflips to get him in my lineup. Nemhard is okay. I'd rather play TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell's been aggressive. TJ McConnell has been effective for the Pacers, and let's just hope that they keep him on the floor. No McBride for me, as DiVincenzo was playing a lot of minutes also. No Christian Braun, Ben Shepherd if I'm desperate. Anthony Edwards is too cheap. Anthony Edwards is too cheap. That's all I'm gonna say. DiVincenzo's too cheap, 6.3K. No OG. He's played literally 45 minutes last 3 games. I'm jamming him in my lineup. Neesmith's an okay play, 5K. You can use him as value. Walker Alexander, 4K value. Justin Holiday, I'm not interested in. You know, he did play 22 minutes. Good for him, but we're going to game 3. Denver's probably going to be playing from behind, and they're going to want their starters out there. So I'm not going to really be looking at any of the value pieces from Denver. That's why I skipped over Christian Braun. Listen, if you want to play Christian Braun, that's fine. I just, in all these slates, especially these 2-game slates, I kind of have a game script in my head on how these games should go, and that's how I always build my lineups. The slate last night with the Thunder and Dallas and Boston and Cleveland, I really didn't have a game script because value pieces from OKC could kill you. Value pieces from Dallas could kill you. You pretty much know what's going to go on with Boston, and you pretty much know what's going to go on with Cleveland. But the value pieces from OKC and Dallas were so tricky. Now, we end up cashing on DraftKings, and I was very shocked by that because, that first game didn't start off the way I thought it was going to start off. But we had PJ Washington, we had SGA, we had Gafford, we had Jalen Williams, so we ended up cashing that. But I already had lost hope, but somehow we cashed. But the thing is, who thought PJ Washington was going to go crazy? You know what I'm saying? He could have easily been Al Horford at that price. So. And then look at Tim Hardaway Jr. He went crazy. Or he was in a winning lineup. Who's thinking Tim Hardaway Jr. coming off an injury? Not most of us. You know what I'm saying? So that was the only slate that I kind of was all over the place. But this slate right here, I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm playing. I already know. As long as there's no injuries, I know I'm cashing. And I think I said that the last time we had this slate. Where were we? Casey Neesmith, KCP. KCP I'm not really interested in, but if he's the last man in, fine. Rest of these guys are pretty much unplayable. Small forward, Siakam. Not interested in Siakam. I'm slamming Josh Hart in my lineups. Porter, you got to look at it like this. Porter, one of Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon has to have a very good game if you think Denver's going to win. Can they both have a good game? Yes. But you're going to kind of think Jokic is going to have a good game also. So it's going to be Jokic, Marion, and who else? Usually Porter or Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter's a fine play. He's okay. If I'm playing 2-3 lineups, he's in one of them. McDaniels is in play at 4,400. Kyle Anderson, I'm not really interested in playing, but if he's my last man in, I don't have a problem with it. All right, before we go to power forward, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video if you need help. If you're building lineups and you're having trouble cashing, I can help you. You can check out my Patreon, link in the description. Basically, I'll send you lineups right before lock, and we're doing everything: MLB, NBA, PGA, MMA. Also have lineups on my channel memberships through YouTube, and we also have super chats available. But like I said, if you're building lineups and you're cashing and you're making money, that's great. But if you're struggling, you don't have time to do research, you don't have time to wait for starting lineups, you need help, then you can check out the Patreon link in the description. Let's go to power forward. Karl-Anthony Towns is still too cheap, 7K. See, on a slate like this, where I see a lot of good plays, underpriced plays, I'll make as many lineups as I need to get every player that I think is underpriced, because I know at least one or two of those lineups will cash. Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, Karl-Anthony Towns, all those guys are going in my lineup. Aaron Gordon. Now, if I can't fit him in my one lineup, then I'm going to make another lineup and sprinkle those guys around. Karl-Anthony Towns is too cheap. Aaron Gordon's in play 6-1. Nas Reed is in play 6-7. Obi Toppin is in play 4-6. I'm not interested in Achua. Jokic 11-2, absolutely in play. Gobert 6-9, too cheap. Miles Turner's in play. I'd rather play Gobert because Miles Turner, he depends a lot on threes and blocks. Gobert is closer to the basket. More higher percentage shots, and his team is, more higher percentage shots, and I trust Minnesota more to either win the game or outright or the game be a non-blowout. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers game, on any given night, Indiana could get blown out. I don't see the Knicks getting blown out, but I can see Indiana getting blown out, especially if Halliburton's not hitting his shots. Um, Hartenstein 5'7" is in play. Isaiah Jackson, I probably won't take that shot on, even though he's 3.1K. Pretty enticing. Played 13 minutes game 1, 15 minutes game 2. Is 13 fantasy points going to kill you? Probably not, but you're probably not going to be you're probably not going to be scoring high if you have a spot with 13 fantasy points on a 2-game slate. I wouldn't put Isaiah Jackson in my first couple lineups. If I'm playing, 10, 11, 12, 20 lineups, then I'll throw him in one. But if I'm playing 2, 3 lineups, I'm not going to put Isaiah Jackson. Now, trust me, listen, you could put him in your lineup. He could go out there and give you, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks in 12 minutes. It can happen, but what's the probability of that? You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to take that chance when you have a lot of decent players that's underpriced. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be safe than sorry and hope my players go crazy. But listen, I'm going to go on and get out of here. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Hope you had PJ Washington in your lineup. Yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you need me to send you lineups. Super chats are open. Channel memberships are open. And I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.